Welcome back to 5 Days to a Better Friendship with God, and this is day 4. And this is kind of a continuation of Why Pray, but we're going to talk about specifically communicating with God and having that communication with Him. And what I want to share with you today is a story of when my family and I we moved back from China. We moved back. We were kind of all of us a little discouraged, but like trying to figure out what to do. We had given ourselves over to do this ministry over in China, and we come back and it's like, okay, what do we do now? And as we came back, we landed back in California where we were living before we left, and I finally found this job that I was going to be a university professor. And I was actually looking forward to it. I was going to be working with these freshmen and sophomore college students, and I had the opportunity to be in their lives. And to tell you the truth, I was kind of excited about being a university professor. But in the summer before this job was going to start, my wife got a call from her mom, and her mom was sick. She had a brain tumor, brain cancer. And so she dropped everything, moved back to North Carolina where she can be with her mom to help her. And I was left back in California with the kids, and I was about to start this job, and I didn't really know what to do. Part of me, I know my wife, Allison, she's like, close out of the lease, do what you need to do, come over here and so we can take care of my mom. And I'm thinking, I've got a relationship with a group of guys. I'm leading a men's group. The girls have friendships, and we're just getting settled back in from being overseas. And I got this. For me, I was looking forward to a job that was coming up in just a few weeks, and I didn't know what to do. I know that you're hearing this. What the obvious choice? Be it with your wife, whatever. I understand that. But it's like, part of me knew it's like if I just went back, I was gonna deaden my heart, because I wouldn't have dealt with all the pain of going back. But I also knew if I stayed, that would have just broke everything that I really want in my relationship with my wife. And it's like, that is the most important thing, and I knew that was the wrong decision, but I didn't know what to do, and I was praying, I was getting nowhere. And I remember calling a friend of mine, it's a really good friend, and I kind of went through it. It's like, hey, this is what's going on, and I just don't know what to do. And we just talked, and he just listened. He's a good friend. He understood me, and no real advice, no real, here's what you should do. He just listened. And then after I got off the phone, I remember being able to pray. And as I was praying, there was clarity to the prayers, and I felt like I was just saying that I was in a car that has a stick shift. I was in the middle of changing gears, and then when you change gears, it's like you rev up, and then it settles in. But the thing is, when you change gears, especially when it's going up, you can go to a higher level, new levels than you could if you stayed at the gear you're on. And I feel like that the feeling I had was this: I was revving up to this kind of lifestyle, this university professor, this men's group, and I was changing gears, and it felt like I was disrupting all the momentum. But what God wanted is He wanted to move to the next level. And so it's kind of a silly example to some degree, but when He showed me that, I was able to give fully to, all right, I need to go ahead and find someone to take over our lease, go ahead and get out of it, start packing everything up and moving to go home, go back to North Carolina so I can be with my wife. And within 10 days, no, it was probably sooner than that. 10 days from when she left, I think that we had already traveled across country, and we were in North Carolina, and so we can be with her mom. And the good decision, obviously God knows what He was doing. It wasn't just the fact she had cancer and she's going to go through chemo and all that stuff. From the day that she called my wife and got this diagnosis of brain cancer, 11 weeks after that's when she passed. And if we didn't have that time with her, not just my wife, obviously she was really close with her mom, but the girls as well, having the opportunity to be with her before she passed would have been really hard to overcome as a family. And if I held my ground or stuck where I was at, it would have ruined not just obviously my relationship with my wife, but so much more. And so listening to God, it helps us to make these transitions that are really hard, and helps us to do the things that we know the right thing to do. I knew that I was going to end up going, but it helped me to do it in a way that didn't deaden my heart in the process, but able to give fully and be able to be there with them. So as we go through today, we're going to go through some of these why pray through the scripture and through the teaching. And I hope you enjoy it as we get ready for tomorrow as our last day. And it's going to go out with a bang. It's going to be really good. So look forward to that.